just try to sit some time. Don't get to that point. Trying to sit with yourself and find out, maybe you can try things or just focus on the small things, no? Maybe you are enjoying a lot just having a sip of coffee and you realize while you're doing it, like, wow, how good I feel, no? Or just walking outside and enjoying the sunshine on your skin, like small things that you maybe don't notice.
Our today's guest is a bundle of inspiration. She talks about listening to your inner voice. She talks about being happy in what we do. She talks about staying grounded and staying minimalistic. Irene Santiago, she also helps us how to identify new cultures and explore new travel places. Hi, this is Algira Pereira from Era Inspirations. I'm sure you will join and enjoy today's conversation with Irene and get inspired as much as I do. Hello, everyone. Our today's guest is a hospitality passionate. She has over decades of experience in luxury sales and marketing. She's a traveler, she's a yoga educationist, and she encourages wellness and sustainability. I welcome Irene Santiago on our podcast today at Era Inspirations.
Thank you, Algira. It's a pleasure to be here with you and in such a beautiful project that you are doing. So I feel very honored to be interviewed by you. And yeah, this is very happy to be here.
My pleasure. How did you start your journey in luxury sales and marketing as a consultant?
Okay, so I actually started working in hospitality industry like 10 years ago. I went to Maldives to do like my internship, and then I stayed there like for around 3 years. And when I came back to Spain, I got an opportunity to develop my career in sales. So I started representing different brands for Spain and Portugal in a consultancy. And then from there, I just continue the path. I try to do it by myself for some time. And then I finish it, as you well know, working for Atmosphere Resorts lately. And then this whole career was just tied to Maldives, let's say, because I started there. So my whole career has been related to the country and the type of luxury sales over there, and also other countries. Yeah, that was the
Mhm.
path.
That's nice. So, how did you think of changing from sales and marketing to yoga educationist? What inspired to be a yoga educationist?
Mhm. Okay, so I actually didn't think of a change itself, but a few months ago, I decided I needed to stop for some time working and maybe dedicate some time to myself. And actually, yoga has been in my life for a couple of years now. I discovered it many years ago when I was actually working in Maldives, but it was only like 3 years ago, mostly during pandemic, that somehow my body needed to do it, my body, my mind. So I started to practice it like continuously. And it was during this last break when I decided to travel a little bit to some destinations I really I wanted to visit for a long time, and I combined the trip to practicing yoga because I really enjoy it. So wherever I go, I try to find a yoga studio so I can do a little bit. And it was during this trip that I saw this advertisement about the yoga teacher training. And before that, I wasn't even expecting to do it, but somehow I say it called me. So I decided it was a good practice for myself, like just to deepen my knowledge about yoga, not only the practice, but the philosophy, all that is behind. So I decided to do it, not with the purpose of a career change or shift, but just as a gift to myself. And it was during the course that I found that I also like teaching yoga. So yeah, maybe I found something new in my life. So I'm not sure at the moment if it will be like a full change, but maybe something to incorporate in my daily life.
Wow, that's amazing to know. So, I think, how has this yoga experience helped you to as an sales and marketing consultant? Your learning of yoga approach.
Well, for me, I think that yoga really helps everyone in every way, you know. But I think what what it feels for me is just it keeps me grounded, like all of us in our daily life, whatever our work is, we are like always running, struggling, like
Yeah,
always rushing for everything, and always thinking that there is like a fire somewhere. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
sometimes it's not that important or that big. Like work is not the most important thing, I will say. Like for me, I always commit myself a lot, and I'm like very responsible, but sometimes we go too far. And then for me, yoga is like a balance in, let's say, in my day, in my life. So you can just put things on the ground and just see it with a different perspective, find that balance, and for some time just focus on yourself, where you are, and you just think, okay, everything is fine. I mean, there is not so much trouble or stress, but you are here now. So for me, yeah, it's kind of balancing or trying to see things with perspective, because
right,
sometimes we lose it. Mm.
right. Interesting. And I really like the way you said that yoga is a gift to yourself. So, when you say this, how important it is for someone to recognize what they actually want in the life and give time for themselves.
That's a good question, because it's not something easy, and it happened to me as well. Because yeah, when I decided I need to stop for some time, um, I actually loved my job, and I loved the industry and everything. But at some point, I was feeling, as I said, like it's taking my whole time or my whole mind, and this is not the only part of me that needs time. So I think sometimes we don't really get the time to listen to ourselves and find out what we really like, or what makes us shine from the heart, no? And it's important. I'm not encouraging people just to stop working or whatever, but just try to sit some time. Don't get to that point. Trying to sit with yourself and find out, maybe you can try things, or just focus on the small things, no? Maybe you are enjoying a lot just having a sip of coffee, and you realize while you're doing it, like, wow, how good I feel, no? Or just walking outside and enjoying the sunshine on your skin, like small things that
Yeah,
you maybe don't notice, because you are thinking, okay, next I need to buy this, or I need to go somewhere. Just try to sit with your things, or maybe if you enjoy doing sports, or I don't know, ceramics, like manual stuff, just try to do things or discover things, because sometimes you haven't tried yet what you really like. We haven't tried so many things, and it's maybe try to find out, no? And I think that's really important, because at the end is what is moving us, you know.
Mhm. 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 And you're a passionate traveler. So, how has travel influenced your perspective on life and your yoga practice?
Well, I think traveling has teach me a lot of things, because wherever you go, also you engage with different people, different mentalities, and it takes you out of your comfort zone. It makes you think about other lives, other perspectives. So you get richer and richer the more people you know, and the more cultures you get to know as well. You know, it's I always say, like, I feel very lucky because I had the opportunity to travel since I'm almost a kid. I know not everyone has that opportunity, but you need to appreciate it, and you need to make something good of it, you know, not just traveling for traveling, which is also nice, but try to engage with these small things. And as I said, um, use them in your life. And I think it's also a good way to empathize with other people and to broaden your mind and understand others. So, regarding yoga, as I mentioned, for me, it's been like a more recent experience, but I try to incorporate wherever I travel also to find a nice studio where I can go, or even just travel with my mat. And when I wake up in my hotel, wherever, try to start with a little routine, and just bring yoga with me wherever I go.
Mhm. Amazing, amazing. Any such experience you would like to share with us, which is memorable?
Regarding traveling, or
Yes,
combining with the yoga.
traveling, just traveling.
um, for traveling, yeah, I have many, I guess. But maybe the most recent one for me was this last trip when I went to Indonesia. I drive a scooter for the first time in my life. Before, I never did it. And for me, it was freedom feeling, like amazing. I knew it was a good feeling, but for the first time was like, wow, like feeling the air on your skin, and watching the landscape and everything. And I had a very, very nice experience when I was driving the motorbike through Sumba, one of the islands in Indonesia. I was driving, like, I don't know, maybe for 1, 2 hours alone without crossing anyone, seeing anything, because it's a kind of very virgin island. Still, well, there is some tourism, but not so much. And at one of these points, I was with my GPS, but still somehow I got a little bit lost. So then I went into a small village, and I found like small kids that were trying to help me find the way, but they were like, wow, like so surprised to see me with the motorbike. And I was trying to speak to them in Bahasa because they didn't speak English. So I was with my dictionary, and they were trying to explain me where to go, like how to reach the sea. And it was like a very fun experience, and very kind, because I can see in their eyes they're trying to help me, even if they don't find the words, no? So at the end, we managed to communicate ourselves, and but it was really nice memory for me. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Sometimes it is really nice to meet some unexpected people and land in a place where you're not familiar to, because it ends up teaching you so many things, and you get to know different culture, new culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing,
It was so
beautiful
nice. I
story.
remember, sorry. Yeah, I remember I was trying to check the dictionary, and there was like three kids. And when I just take my head up and look at them. They were already like 10, and the grandma was there, and the mom as well. Like everyone came suddenly, and I was like, wow, so many people. Yeah.
That was sweet. So, sustainability is an important topic for you. How do you incorporate sustainability in your daily practices?
That's also a good question because it's not always easy. Of course, in terms of daily things, I always try, like, I don't know, not to use so much water or so much light. I try to recycle as much as possible. So this is like the common things that we know, but I try to incorporate as well in different ways. Like, for example, for myself, just trying to find what is sustainable for me in terms of my energy, let's say.
Mhm.
Maybe before I try to do as many plans as possible and helping my friends, my family, doing this and that. And sometimes this burns a lot of your energy, and at the end, you are like empty. So at the moment, and this is something that my yoga journey has helped me as well, I try to measure and make sure that whatever I choose to do and spend my energy on is also sustainable for me. Let's say I try to help others, but without overdoing. So at the end, I am like, yeah, like out of battery at all, no? So like these little things that sometimes, as I said, we are not so conscious because we always think that the more you do, the best it is. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you need to rest. And even if you think, oh, this is not productive, it is because you need it. So these small things, I try to put more attention now. Yeah.
Mhm. That's interesting. I really like your perception about sustainability because all this while, what we all knew is that sustainability is only about conserving planet. But here I really now learned that it is also about sustaining or maintaining your own energy. And it's about protecting your own energy. And it means deep. It really means deep. I know how difficult it is when you try to overdo of helping somebody, and at the end of the day your energy is totally drained, and you find it really hard the next time to help or approach anybody else.
Hmm.
What are some key principles you emphasize in your yoga teaching, if in case you get an opportunity to teach yoga to anyone?
Hmm. Well, for me, what I do, I'm actually starting to teach to my sister. She's my first client. I don't know if in future I will develop more, but it allows
I'm
me
sure.
to keep developing the lessons, getting creative, just not losing what I've learned. And I love it because, yeah, each day is something different. And what I try to incorporate, and of course, if in a future I get to teach more people, it will be not only focusing in the practice itself, like not doing like the best pose or anything, but focusing first, like being on the present moment, and dedicate that time to yourself. Um, my teacher from the program, she was always like settling an intention before the practice, and try to incorporate during the day. And I think this is really working well because maybe you just repeat it there, but it gets it stays in yourself. So just trying to do this, and of course while you practice also, listen to your body, because it happened to me when I started practicing. I always try to get push myself to the limit and try to do this even if I can't at the moment. And you need to listen to your body, and maybe you cannot do something and it's fine, or maybe you can find alternatives, but don't push yourself too much because you can hurt yourself. and don't think that if you cannot do a position, is you're doing it wrong. It's not wrong. It's beneficial for you anyway. So you just need to learn how to adapt it to what you can do. So that's really important. Just listening to ourselves.
I feel this is one of the important techniques to stay grounded. That is, you have to surrender your intention. Would you like to give one example of such intention that you can surrender and practice for the whole day?
Well, for example, like you can settle as an intention, not being attached. Okay, and this is not only like not attached to people, but let's say not being attached to your ideas, or to objects, so just trying to I take it also like as mm, trying to separate yourself of your presettled ideas, or let's say like you cannot live without something, or someone, and trying to see it again, as I said before, like with perspective, like how important is this, or how how would it change if I don't have that, no? And just try not to yeah, like to need certain things in your life,
Mhm.
being flexible.
Mhm. Okay. Can you share some insights into how yoga and mindfulness can contribute to a more sustainable and eco-conscious way of life?
Yes, I think as I mentioned before, like when you start focusing on the present moment, on what you are doing, and being more conscious about that, you can also take it to everything else. Let's say, for example, and that will count also as an intention, no? Like being grateful about what you have. So let's say if I practice here now at home, and you think, okay, I'm here, I'm happy about what I'm doing, and you start being conscious about what you have and being grateful for it. Like, okay, I'm practicing in my home. I have a house. Luckily, I have a house. I can heat myself in winter or cool myself in summer. I have food. I have a body that is functioning. Like, if you start counting all these things, you appreciate more what you are, what you have, and you can also put it to everything else. Like, for example, the food, as I mentioned, no? How grateful I am that I can go to the supermarket and find this food. I don't know, these eggs from the hen. Like, if you start to go back to the what can I say? I don't know the word, but all the chain behind it,
Mhm.
like I put as an example the food, but anything else, you learn also how to, yeah, ground yourself or be more conscious about what you buy, and just try to make the most of it, not waiting until the food is spoiled, like eat it before, not buying like 100 clothes if you can actually make it with two. All these processes, you start to being more conscious, or that's how I see it. Yeah.
Mhm. So with this, I realized that it is practicing gratitude and being minimalistic. So I think this is what yoga teaches us at the end of the day.
Yeah, one of the many things I will say.
Yeah, right. So, how do you stay motivated to, in your daily job or in your daily task? How do you stay motivated? Is there a day that comes like, no, today I don't want to practice yoga, or today I don't want to go for the work? Like, what motivates you?
Well, I think, of course, there are always days like that, even if you love your job, or even if you love what you do on your free time, some days we are not feeling the same, no? And as you said, sometimes it's hard to stay motivated, but I think it's good to, sometimes, as I said, listen to your body. One day, maybe you're not feeling well, and it's okay if you don't practice, no? Or even at work, like some days you're super motivated, energetic, and some days you're a bit lower. But it's okay. I think you need to accept it. That's important. Like, not every day is the same, and not try to like push yourself and think, no, I need to be always happy and smiling. I need to be always doing as much as exercise as I can. Sometimes it's okay if you are not, and you need to recharge your energy and come back again. But I have to say as well that some days, maybe in terms of practicing, I don't really feel like, and it's like so hard, like wake up early in the morning doing it. But I just push a little bit, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I will do maybe a shorter practice, no? Or maybe I just sit a little bit and meditate. But after that, when you make it, you feel better. And then you're like, wow, thanks to myself that, yeah, I push a little bit and did it because now I feel better. Yeah. And sometimes, yeah, when we are like stuck in our mind, maybe we just try to do a different activity and refresh ourselves. Like if you don't feel, let's say, motivated for work, maybe, I don't know, maybe you are something else is on your mind. Just go for a walk a little bit, freshen yourself, and then maybe something changes. No, those are like
Mhm.
small advices, but I think they help. Yeah.
Mhm. I remember one of my friends used to say that the day when you don't feel like doing your regular exercises is the day actually you need to do it.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Sometimes, as I said, like, well, when you really don't feel good, and I don't know if you have some pain, okay, stop it. But as you said, like sometimes you just push yourself a little bit, and the
Yeah.
benefit is huge. So
Yeah.
you're right. I agree with that as well.
To our young audience, what key messages, important messages would you like to give?
Well, I will encourage the young generations, of course, to to try to listen to themselves, and of course, is really important to follow what our parents say, like you need to study, you need to grow, and this is always good, of course, but also try to listen to your heart on what you really feel that you will grow more, you know not only focusing on developing an amazing career, which of course is great, but also keep always a little bit of what makes you, as I said, shine, and what makes your heart happy on every day. Maybe you are lucky and both things are the same, which will be great.
Mhm.
But if not, just always try to balance your personal life with your professional life.
Mhm. Amazing. Thank you so much, Irene, for all your inspiring words. And I'm sure a lot of us have been able to relate to it and have also been inspired already. Any last important message you would like to give?
I will like to thank you, of course, because even this discussion with you made me think about many things. So it was also really nice for me. And to be honest, you are actually inspiring me as well, because I love really, I love this project that you are doing, and I admire you, of course, even before I admire you already, because you're a hard worker. and you still find time for yourself to keep learning, to keep growing, and to keep doing things that make you happy and I don't know, expand yourself. So I think you are actually the inspiration in in this podcast. So I really feel honored that I could share some time with you, because I think this I'm sure you will reach many people, and you will be a leader for others. So thank you so much for choosing me. But yeah, I think you're doing something really nice.
Grateful. Thank you so much.